the European Parliament's chief Brexit negotiator has regularly taunted Leave voters since the UK poll with a series of incendiary tweets.And, in an interview with the BBC's Andrew Marr, he stuck the boot in again. During the conversation, to be broadcast tomorrow morning, he claimed predictions of a domino effect after the landmark vote had been proved wrong. And he said, although there were some critics of the bloc, no one else would be stupid enough to leave. Related articles: Guy Verhofstadt vows to use Brexit opportunity tighten grip on EU. We've lost the battle. Defeated Verhofstadt hopes for EU reform crush. He said, I see that, since Brexit, the European Union and idea of European democracy is gaining popularity. So after Brexit everybody said there'll be a domino effect. There will be a Dexit, the Danish going out, a Nexit, the Dutch going out, and so on and so on, Frexit, the French going out. It's quite the opposite. What is happening? You see, in most of the public opinions inside the European Union is that the European Union is gaining popularity. In the sense of okay, we are still critical towards the European Union, but we are not so stupid to leave it. Mr. Verhofstadt has been a fierce critic of the UK's vote to leave. Last month, he warned nations that when it alone outside the bloc would fail in a thinly veiled swipe against Britain. He tweeted, individual countries can solve the challenges we face. From climate change to human trafficking, nationalists and populists are unable to provide the answers, and that's why they will fail. #We are Europe. And in the run-up to Christmas he laughed off Britain's blue passport victory by offering a blue EU flag alternative. He sneered, there is no EU legislation dictating passport color. The UK could have had any passport color it wanted and stay in the EU. If we had known in advance that blue was so important to the UK, we could simply have replaced our passports by this one. His message was posted alongside a photo of the passport to the European Union booklet, with a blue EU flag on the cover. His comments come as Theresa May said Britain will pull out of a major foreign policy arrangement as soon as possible after Brexit. The UK will regain full control over areas like diplomacy, peacekeeping, defence and aid in the early days of any implementation period, the Prime Minister said. Speaking at the Munich Security Conference, Mrs. May also set out proposals for a new treaty between the UK and the European Union to enshrine security cooperation, and warned of damaging consequences if a deal cannot be struck. She also called for an open and inclusive approach on defence capability projects following concerns the UK will be kept out of joint contracts. The PM also urged Brussels to ignore the rulebook and do whatever it takes to ensure the security of Europe is protected after Brexit. Safety must not be jeopardized by rigid institutional restrictions and deep-seated ideology, she said. During a question-and-answer session, German diplomat Wolfgang Ischinger sparked a round of applause from the audience when he said it would be easier if Britain remained in the EU. Mrs. May then faced a second questioner suggesting Brexit should be ditched. But the PM insisted Britain is leaving, adding there will be no second referendum. Related articles: We cannot delay. Theresa May tells EU it faces chaos without pact. EU is acting like an old married couple. Kurz attacks Brussels. BBC host rips into Labour leader for wanting too much from Brexit deal. German MEP says Brexit will be catastrophic in bizarre rant.